morning, guys.
Open up, you OPN, bitch, you won't BBM. We should be closer friends.
You don't touch something else. Stop in the camera. Tell them what you're doing. We're watching my clothes. Where are you going? Say bye to everybody. Hey. Say bye, everyone. Hello. Good morning, guys. Anyways, so I think for today, I have an interview with a parent because I'm babysitting right now. So, I think the plans for today are going to be to just clean up the house, make it presentable. Right now I have the shower running. I'm gonna, more than likely, I haven't vlogged in forever, and I've had plans on uploading 2 videos now, and I just haven't felt like they were there yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload like a 20-minute vlog with those videos included, pretty much like a quick update on my life. I quit my job. Oh yeah, anyway, I still get heartburn thinking about it. I quit my job. We got a cat. I'm still honestly painting my room right now. Autumn's room seems to be good to go. We just need to get her either a day bed or a twin size bed frame with a twin mattress, whatever. But that's the plan. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a quick shower, get ready, more than likely do my hair. Now more than likely I'm gonna do my hair because anyways, I'm gonna do my hair. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens today. I don't have anything planned. I think Autumn's dad's coming over, just to hang out with her and watch her while I speak with the parents, which is really nice of him. And I might try to convince him to go out and eat some lunch or something, because why not, right? I may make some shredded chicken tacos instead. I don't know. We'll see. After 1 year at my job, I decided to quit. I don't believe in bullying at work. I don't believe in constantly nitpicking negative flaws on someone. I think it's very unprofessional. I feel like I've given my all to this job and I love working in that office, but I have so much respect for the dentist and I have so much respect for his wife, but I feel like these past 5 months have been hell for me, and I think the best thing for me to do was to quit anyway, and God knows what he has in store for me. He nudged me and he was like, go. So I went. I don't like making someone feel uncomfortable. And I don't like dealing with the drama. And I don't like constantly being told that I'm the problem when I know I'm not. But I'm also not gonna stay in a place where I'm questioning my own character when I know how I am, and I don't like when someone questions my character and my intentions. And I just hate how, like, if you're doing good in your life and people just don't like you for that. People don't like you because of the position that you're in. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. Because at the end of the day, this job gave me the experience that I needed. And I'm sorry, but when God literally pushes me to just leave, I'm going to leave. God knows what He has in store for me. But Lord, I've never felt so emotional about something. I've never felt so tired and so, like, okay with the decision that I made. Like, whew. Honest to God, I'm going to be just fine. I'm going to be okay. Things are going to work out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. Oh, my God. Okay, so the video that you guys just saw basically is me minutes after I quit my job. So it's funny to me now, but like then it wasn't funny, obviously. But basically, I was in the car driving home after I told the owner's wife that it was going to be my last day. I was also beating myself up at that point because I let someone get to me that badly, but it wasn't just that one person. It was literally like 2-3 other people who kept tossing me in drama that had nothing to do with me. And keep in mind, this is like 30-something, 40, almost 40-year-olds throwing me in drama, making me feel miserable, making me feel like I'm not good enough to be at that office. Quite frankly, like, there was this almost 40-year-old, I'm trying to refrain from saying names because I'm really like, I really don't care anymore, but I'm trying to be the bigger person. Say hi, mommies. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Are you going to tell everyone what's in your hair? Anyway, so basically, what did we do today? We did your hair today.
Oh, my shirt is just short. My shirt.
Okay.
My face is a bit.
Yeah. You want to tell them anything else? Okay, what else? You want to show them your room? Yeah? Can we show them the room later? Let's show them later. Sorry, this is literally my life now. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, I really want to say names, but I'm not going to, just for the simple fact that I don't want to stoop down to their level. But anyway, it's this almost 40-something-year-old. She literally had an issue with everybody. Like, she was overly sensitive about everything. Nobody could say anything because then she feel like whoever said whatever would be stepping on their toes and blah, blah, blah. So at one point, my old manager, she gave us her notice saying that she was PCSing with her husband to go somewhere else. So, you know, they used this 40-year-old as a step-in manager kind of position, and they were seeing if she was going to be a good manager. And I guess when one of the girls asked me and her a question, she didn't expect me to turn around and answer the question. Which if somebody's talking to the both of us, I'm going to say my opinion, you can say your opinion. Like, I'm not going to ignore this person. Keep in mind, you're not the manager yet. So if they're asking me a question, I'm going to answer it, right? So I guess she expected me to just stay quiet and let her deal with it, since she was going to be the new manager at the time. So basically, come to find out. So basically, this girl went up to my manager at the time and started saying that I was stepping on her toes and that I was acting like I was the manager and I was trying to do everything and blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting here like, I was caught off guard that day because I didn't know what the fuck I did, right? My bad, y'all, I'm sick. I didn't know what I did. So I get pulled into the office by the owner. The owner overheard this conversation. He doesn't like drama, so when he feels like he needs to step in and cut it out, he's going to step in and cut it out and fuss you out and throw F-bombs everywhere. So basically, he sent me in there and he looked at me. He was in the corner. He looked at me. He goes, "You don't know how to check in. You don't know how to check out. You don't know how to do insurance. You don't know how to do your job." He said, "Just come here and do your job." The entire time I'm like, I need to invest in a camera because this whole like vlogging on my phone is taking up my whole entire storage. But anyway, this will do when you're broke, you know? Back to the story. So basically, he was throwing F-bombs at me and telling me that I didn't know how to do my job. And I had been there almost 11 months at that time. 12 months at that time. So, come to find out it was that girl that was acting like the manager. And she went up and she snitched saying that I was stepping on her toes and I was acting like I knew everything. I didn't know it was her until I came in the next day. My manager, it slipped out of her mouth. And she told me, because I was like, I really don't even care. She was expecting me to go home because I was crying out of anger. So I went to take a breather. And I spoke to the other manager in the back, the insurance manager, and she was like, you know, like, you have an hour left. You know, you're more than welcome to stay, but he did say that you could go home if you wanted to since you were crying, blah, blah. I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm not going to allow somebody to get to me. Like, yeah, I'm crying, not because I'm sad or because I feel like they got to me. I'm crying because I can't fucking slap the shit out of you. Period. The next day, she comes up, she goes, "Oh my God, I am so proud of you." And I'm like, why? And she goes, "Because you could have easily just went home and like, you know, but you finished your day and now you're back and like," and I'm sitting here like, were you expecting me to quit or something? Keep in mind, I didn't know it was her, right? I didn't know it was her until like after. Ain't it funny how this bitch was the one who made the owner of the office yell at me and cuss at me over her insecurities because she feels like maybe I do my job better than her. Because the girls would come up to me and ask me questions instead of asking her questions. So that was strike one. Actually, strike two. Strike one was the manager in the back. So there was this girl that used to work there or whatever. She's basically one of the girls that made me want to quit. Okay, so during lunch, there has to be two people up front, whatever. And if you get up, you got to tell me like where you're going because I need to know where you're at. This girl just walked up and left. The manager had told her to go to the back. And I was wondering, because I was being left back there. I was left in the front for a long period of time. And I'm like, where's this girl at? Like, does she not know that two people are supposed to be up here? Come to find out, the manager in the back called her back there to fill in for someone or whatever. Bullshit. They were best friends. She called her back there to gossip because that's all they did. Turns around and tells the manager, she tells the manager, "Yeah, Kat just called me and she was like, you know better and that I should be up there, blah, blah, blah." So the manager calls me and she's like, "You know, that's not cool what you said," and basically tried to like, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. That's literally all I said. Okay. So that situation right there where like I told her something joking around and she turns around and she tells that person just to start shit, like, that showed me who that person was right then and there, right? So that was strike one. Strike two was when the doctor ended up cussing me out for somebody else's insecurity. And then so strike three was basically me dealing with this one specific person for so long because I'm literally 6 feet away, not 6 inches, not even 6 feet, like 6 inches away from this person. Basically, this girl, anytime I would say anything, she would contradict everything I would say. She would cut me off. Like, she wanted to do everything for everybody. She didn't realize that she had her job to do. And yes, it's fine to help other people, but she was stepping on other people's toes. And I could literally say 2 + 2 was 4, and she would tell me, technically it's 3.999. Like, that kind of attitude. And then if she got upset or somebody pissed her off or something, she'd get really passive aggressive. And I was quick to like call her out on it. And most of the time she would say it was me, that I would piss her off. That I could literally say, breathe, do something, walk around, say something, walk around in general, and she would be mad about it. So it was pretty much a constant thing with this person. And it just started to get to me because I started feeling like I was back in high school. Like, I started feeling like I had a bully. And I started feeling like I couldn't say or do anything without someone huffing and puffing or giving me an attitude. And fast forward, now I'm in this other position where I'm basically doing insurance only, and then the girls would come up to me and ask me questions because the new manager at the time just didn't fucking care. And her motto was, I'm only here for 2 more years and then I'm gone. So like she had that attitude where I'm just here to get money and I'm going home, which is fine. But like if you're the manager, you need to handle this situation and just nip it in the butt and then just make sure it's gone and not coming back. And apparently anytime I would do a complaint or something, they would say that they're talking to the owner's wife about it, and then come to find out the owner's wife was like, I regret that this didn't come to me first. She made it seem like if it did come to her, it wouldn't have been that way, which made it really upsetting because at that point she realized that I'm just quitting and I'm not staying. She did discuss to me one issue that she had with me, which was my absences, and that's something that I'm gonna speak about as well, probably in another video. But anyways, yeah, so this girl, she's like 20 something years old, and I'm at the point where I'm like, look, I'm a grown ass woman, like I'm here to do my job, make my money, go home, pay my bills. I feel like because of all those changes, my voice wasn't being heard, and I feel like I was just kind of being thrown to the side because I was just the translator. I was just the girl who sat in the corner and was only needed for insurance when people walked in. I was just the girl in the corner who was called upon whenever there was a Spanish-speaking patient, because that was another thing. People would just assume that because someone looked Hispanic that they didn't know English, which is really fucking embarrassing when they call me and they're like, okay, I might need you for this patient. But then they don't realize that the patient understands them perfectly fine. And then now they come off as prejudiced and racist because you just assumed that somebody didn't know English and they just understood you completely fine. So I was having issues internally with. I just feel like I felt hurt a lot in that office. And I started feeling like I lost myself. And I started feeling myself being a lot more sensitive towards stuff. Like when I first started that office, it was literally like, go to work, do my job, go home, take care of Autumn, pay my bills. That was it. But I wasn't unhappy. I was literally laughing all the time at work. I got along with everybody. And then eventually it just started fading. And I started losing myself. And I started becoming very sad going to work. I started not wanting to wake up in the mornings. I was late all the time because of the fact that I just didn't want to go. Anyways, yeah, so it's been a long road. It's been a long road, and I just started becoming very unhappy going to work. I felt like nothing was changing. I felt like my manager just did not give a crap. I felt like the girls that I worked with were very immature. It was just a lot for me to go from having such a close bond to the girls that I worked with to just being pushed away and then being treated disrespectfully, honestly. Like, it was constant attitude. I couldn't say anything without them giving me attitude. So that day, on the video that you guys saw, the day I quit, that girl, so I don't know, I personally don't know what I did, because that day we were busy with walking. Keep in mind, this whole day we're all busy, we're all getting along, right? I woke up that morning, and I went into work, and I was like, hey, good morning, how are we, how's your night been, la la, we were all fine, even the girl was fine. So then all of a sudden, we're busy, and then she closes the office doors, and I'm just like, wow, like, I hope she's okay. Because usually when that happens, it's one of us is just not having a good day, so we go and vent. So in my head, I'm like, okay, we're busy anyways, but I really do hope she's okay. So I turn around, I ask one of the girls that's closer to her, and I was like, hey, is she okay? Like, what's happening? She goes, oh, I don't know. I didn't even know she was going to go talk to her. I'm like, okay, that's fine anyway. We're all turn around, do our job. She comes back out, and all of a sudden her attitude shifted. It's like she switches on and off, and like when it's time to be at work in front of patients, she's like, oh my god, yeah, everything's so fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Like that attitude. And so then she was asking everybody, she was like, what is y'all's fears? And then I turned around, I was like, okay, well, she's asking everybody. So I turned around, and I was like, yeah, I think my fear, would be the ocean in general, but like being stuck in the middle of the ocean, not knowing what's under you, and then like the fact that you can drown. She turns around and goes, that's so sad. Like, that's literally so sad. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I was like, are you okay? Because I noticed her attitude, so I was like, are you okay? And she goes, oh no, yeah, I'm totally fine. So she turned around really fast. She goes, I'm totally fine. I said, okay. Turn back around. And so then I was like, and I turned around again because keep in mind, this is the day. This is the motherfucking day. So I turned around And I was like, you know what? No. I said, this morning you were fine. And all of a sudden, like, I noticed that you went from fine to, like, bad attitude. I feel a vibe. Like, I just want to make sure that you're okay. Like, are you genuinely okay? And she goes, no, it's fine. It's fine. I was like, okay. Is this something that I did? And she goes, actually, if I'm being quite honest, yes, it was you. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. So I turned around, and I just started, my fingers started fidgeting. And so then I got my binder, I got all their handbooks, all their paperwork. I took all the personal information out of my binder, put everything neatly. I took my pens, put them in a bag, and then I just put my seat under, and I went and I spoke, and I found my manager. I was like, hey, are you busy? Like, can you talk? Can you go to the break room? And so I pulled her into the break room, and I started getting really upset. And I was like, hey, like, is Jean busy? Jean is the owner's wife. Is she busy? And she goes, oh yeah, I think she's done talking to the insurance manager about whatever she had to talk to. She goes, are you okay? Like, so I was like, I think today's my last day. And she goes, okay, well, just let me know and I'll go talk to Jean. I said, I said, I'll talk to her. I said, I will go and talk to her. I need to go talk to her. And she goes, okay, that's fine. So I'll go up there. I'm going to say, hey, Jean, like, how are you? And she goes, hey, Catherine, I'm good. She was always sweet to me. Like, regardless of the issues that she had or how she felt towards me, she was never unprofessional. Like, she always greeted me with a smile. She always said hey to me. I never had an issue with her. So I go in there, and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I talk to you? Can I close the door? She goes, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, pull up a seat. So I opened the chair, and I sat down. I was like, first of all, you know, I just want to say thank you to you and Dr. Mester. You guys have been so patient with me. And I expressed how grateful I was for the opportunity to work there. And then I told her, I was like, I just have been feeling so insecure, and I've been feeling like I'm out of place. I've been feeling disrespected. I've been getting tossed into drama that has nothing to do with me. Dr. Mester's been throwing F-bombs at me. I just don't feel right anymore. Just to summarize everything, I quit. And I told her, I said, I'm just not happy here anymore. And I started crying. So then she goes, you know what, Catherine, I regret that none of this came to me. She said, I don't want you to be in a place where you're not happy anymore. And so then she goes, all I need from you is to sign a resignation letter for my, she said, for my paperwork. And then you can just clock out. You'll get paid for the 4 hours that you worked today. I said, okay, that's fine. At the end of it, she shook my hand firmly like a professional person. And she said, I really do hope that you find somewhere, an office that you're happier at and a better job. I said, you know what, me too, and thank you. I said, thank you to you and Dr. Mester for giving me this opportunity. You guys have been great to me. I said, I hope you have a great day. So I went back, and I went up to the manager, right, because I went up to the manager, which at one point I watched her kid, okay, and I thought I had a somewhat okay relationship with her. I went up to her, and I was like, hey, today's my last day, I'm clocking out. And she goes, okay. Grabbed the paperwork and walked to the back. Okay. I said, okay. Keep in mind, my last manager would have hugged me and cried about it. Okay? My last manager would have been like, you are such a good person. Because that's just how she is. But I have to stop expecting people to be like me, because that's never going to happen. I'm such a genuine person, and I'm so real, and I'm so nice, that I have to stop expecting people to be that way as well. So I was expecting her to give me, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry, like, this doesn't work out, like, you have a great day. And then that was it. I walked to the car, I was crying, walking to the car, and then that was it. I made that video, and I haven't looked back since. I had interviews at other dental offices, and I literally went and had interviews, and I got paid for one of them, and I tried to do it, and then at one of the interviews, there was already drama between the girls, and I'm like, I don't want this anymore. I went to school for this, you know, to be a dental assistant, but then I fell in love with the front desk and administration part of everything, and I need a break. For someone to have major depression and anxiety, to go a whole entire year nonstop, working and literally no vacation, taking no breaks from her child, like, it mentally exhausted me. When I say I am mentally exhausted, I mean, like, I was sleeping 12-hour days. I would give Autumn her iPad and roll over and go back to sleep. I was tired of living a life that I worked so hard for. I just needed a break. I needed a break. And so then I decided, because even though I was getting paid $14 an hour, I still couldn't afford health care. And most of the time, I couldn't even afford to get groceries. So I needed a break. And I knew that if I didn't really have a job, that I was going to qualify for Medicaid and food stamps. So right now, it's not a permanent thing for me, because I feel like assistance is there temporarily for people, and people shouldn't abuse it. And that's not the goal for me, because I'm such a go-getter, and I'm a working mom. Like, that's what I love to do. I love to go to work. I love to tell people, yeah, I have a job, you know what I mean? And I don't mind the assistance, but it's not something that's going to be permanent, thank God. I'm glad that that's something that I can rely on right now. And I'm also relying on her dad's child support, which helps a lot too. Right? We're grateful for Daddy? We're so grateful for your dad, huh? What? What?
A business.
What?
A business.
No, Mommy. So basically the plan is to just either start waitressing. Right now I'm babysitting, which I'm okay with, because it's just a little 15-month-old. I may watch 2 more kids, but I'm okay with it, just getting the child support. I made an executive decision that after 2 years without my medicine, I think it's time for me to go back on it, just because maybe not the Zoloft, maybe something else that's not that strong, but just because when I was on Zoloft, I was always cleaning, I was focusing. It honestly gave me clarity, and I feel like I've lost myself so much. Like, it's just getting hard for me. I just feel sick and I feel weak, and my mental health is always going to be my #1 priority. So when I'm not happy somewhere, I'm going to leave. And I lasted a year at an office that made me miserable. Well, not the entire time, but eventually it made me miserable, and I just made a decision to leave. And I spoke to her dad. I said, look, I don't have a job right now, but I am doing interviews. He's been so great, and he came home, I think, 2 weeks ago, and ever since, like, he's like, hey, I'll watch Autumn, and I'm like, hey, I have an interview tomorrow, can you watch her? He's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll watch her. He hasn't really said no to me unless it's for school, and I'm just so grateful for her dad, because, like, he's now home, so I'm able to get somewhat of a break, and I'm able to breathe. Like, I can call him and be like, hey, can you please take her? Like, I'm doing too much right now, and he'll take her, and I'm okay. Like, I left the office and I haven't looked back. I haven't regretted my decision whatsoever. And I don't think me being at an office working right now is a good idea for my mental health, just because it's so exhausting. And I want to get my energy back. The goal is to get my energy back. The goal is to find another office to be happy at, and then just go from there. And, like, who knows what's going to happen 6 months down the road. Like, I can't tell what's going to happen in the future. I can just make more goals and work towards them, you know. But, yeah, so that's just, I'm waiting on Medicaid to get approved so I can go get seen, and mental illnesses are real. Like, I'm tired of people saying that it's not a thing, but it is a thing. Like, it's literally a disability for a reason. Like, people get disability checks monthly for a reason. Like, if you're not, like, you can, and I don't like how it's becoming a trend, but that's going to be part of another video. I'm not going to get into it right now, but that's just the life update that I have. I made that decision. I quit. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't regret it. And some people may be disappointed in me because I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at. But I need a break. And I just hope that anybody watching this understands this. And I hope that I don't get judgment for needing assistance. But it is what it is, y'all. I feel okay. I'm not happier as per se. I'm not at that place where I'm like super happy right now because I made that decision. Part of me is like, oh crap, like now I don't have a job, but I don't regret it. I still do not regret it whatsoever. I'm gonna get there eventually. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyways, if you guys like these kind of videos, I know my sister loves when I talk to the camera for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of a little embarrassing for me. But anyways, if you guys like these kind of videos, and you like having these conversations with me, just go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, share it. Put a crazy caption on it. I don't care. Tell me how you feel. Leave a comment below. Like, let's talk about it. I get messages constantly because I share a bunch of like mental illness stuff on Facebook, so people start feeling really comfortable with me. That's another reason why I made this channel. It's just to show other moms or dads or whatever, just people in general, that they're not alone. Like you're gonna go through life struggles, and to be honest with you, my life is literally a struggle in general. Like one time, like 1 minute it's gonna be fine, and then the next minute is another struggle. And I said that on the last video, a few videos back. I think it was my moving out video, but and I'll put the link down on that video so you guys can go look at it. But anyways, yeah, man, like shit happens. Honestly, I just learned to just keep my faith strong and just move on. Like, there's no need to be upset about it. But like I said, I'm trying to get happier because I love myself when I'm happier, and I love how happy I get, and that's the goal. The goal is to just be happier again, to be more understanding, to be more stable mentally. So, yeah. I'll pray for you guys. You pray for me. We'll pray together, and God's going to be like, hallelujah, amen. Let's bless these people. Okay? And I'm going to be like, okay, God. Okay, I hear you, God. I hear you. You know? Anyway. But yeah, go on ahead and like this video, subscribe, share the video, do whatever you gotta do. Become one of my subscribers. I will love you guys forever. Anyways, we will talk later. I love you guys. Bye.